home pretty things. So, want to get out some color? So Josh and Ruby are going to pull out some color. We used color last time with our flowers, so everybody knows all about it. But just to reiterate, before we make our paperweights, you heat in between every color that you pick up, so you don't drop little bits of one color into another. You can put as many colors as you want inside your paperweight, but beware, piling too many colors on top of another always comes out a brown color. So if that's what you're going for, then go for it. Also, it doesn't work like paint. You can't mix two colors together and definitely get another color. Our new tool that we're going to be using today are our wood blocks. So they are round like a paperweight. There are multiple mistakes that most people make with the wood block. First of all, is you hold it nice and close. Rather than trying to control it from down here, you hold it nice and close. These hang out in water all day. They're made out of fruit wood. When they hit the heat of the glass, they create a layer of steam in between the glass and the wood. So the glass is rolling on the steam and shaping it. Whenever the block starts burning, you dip it in water to get a fresh layer of steam. If your fingers are burning a little, then dip them in water too. Kill two birds with one stone, right? The common mistake everybody makes with the paperweight block is they don't realize that you don't force the shape. It's however many times you roll the paperweight through the block, it'll coax it into shape, rather than jabbing it and forcing it. The other mistake is that your paperweight can't be in the middle of the rod. So this is our favorite example of a paperweight. The rod ended right here, and the paperweight began. If the rod was in the middle of the paperweight, we're not going to get it off. We have to work hard to pull the paperweight off. So you never push with the block. You're never pushing it in. All this is going to make sense in a minute when I'm doing a demo, but you're never going to push. So there's, yep. And then you got to get it really hot and hang it down and reshape it. So there's two layers. There's the inside layer with the colors. Everywhere you see a big bubble with this paperweight, I'll pass it around after, you can check it out, is wherever you poked a hole in the inside shape. After you put that depression in, you gather over it and it traps an air bubble. Everywhere you see little bubbles is baking soda that you sprinkle on, and then when you gather over it, it makes all these teeny little bubbles everywhere. So there's the inside layer with the color and then an outside layer with clear. So I'm going to plop this right here. Feel free to look at it while I do a demo. So I've got a solid rod. I go in the furnace and I gather the material for the inside of my paperweight. And this is just like we've been doing before. So I have all this clear glass, but I want some colors. So say I want blue and red. I can plop one side in the blue, and I've got to heat it up. You can see how all this glass is hanging out on the surface. I don't want to drop it in the red because I'll probably drop some blue with it. So I'm going to get it hot. It really doesn't take long. See how it's all melted in now? Right? It's not hanging out on the surface. So now I can go in my red. And now it's hanging out on the surface once more. So you can go back and forth as much as you'd like. When you're done picking up your color, you get it hot, you sit down at the bench and you use your tweezers to mess with it and make whatever shape you'd like. My favorite shape to make is a twisty shape. So I sit down at my bench, I grab it with the tweezers, and I simply twist. Be careful hanging out with your tweezers in the glass for too long. They'll get hot and get stuck. So you can keep shaping it. Dip your tweezers in waters. Wherever you give a poke, you'll get a bubble. So I'm going to poke all around it so you can check it out. You can keep reheating and shaping it until you've got your desired shape. The only rule is your desired shape has to be off the end of the rod, and you kind of want it to be centered. Or else, if you have the shape going like on one side, how are you going to have an even paperweight? So I'm going to sprinkle a little baking soda on, just so you can see. You take a pinch and you sprinkle a little bit. See how small of an amount I'm putting on? You're going to see a little bit goes a long way. You have a lot of bubbles. When you're satisfied with your inside shape, you let it cool down. That way you don't drop any color in the furnace and you don't lose that shape once you gather again. And we're going to go in the furnace and we're going to gather just as deep as we did the first time. We're going to cover the whole thing and even get some back onto the rod so we have a nice anchor. So this is pretty cold. I'm going to go in. So you can see what I've got going on here. You can see the big bubbles from where I poked it. There's probably some up here even. You can see all the little bubbles from my baking soda. All right, I'm gonna sit down and shape it with the blocks. So the first angle you do with your blocks is like this. It's kind of like marbling with your backhand down low. We're putting a little bit of pressure right on the glass to pull it off the rod. So I'm satisfied with the amount of glass off the rod. Now I'm going to shape it. So I'm going to dip it in water and go level. I'm not pushing. And notice, I'm just rolling as fast as I can. I can go over the tip a little bit, but once more I'm not pushing. I'm just rolling through that block. So I have a nice paperweight. If you're finding that it's not shaping as evenly as you'd like, the best thing you can do is get it hot. If you're getting it hot and you're paying attention to rolling nice and evenly and slowly, it's going to want to ball up and it's going to be a lot of help. But I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time making the perfect paperweight during your class. I'm going to get it hot and show you how to cut the neck. So I'm heating the whole thing. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to use my jacks to cut a neckline just like what we did with our snowman. The neckline has to be off the end of the rod. So it's hot. I'm not holding it up in the air because I don't want it to travel down onto my rod again. I can grab my jacks, go straight up and down, and see how I'm just making a little groove first. I'm not squeezing tight. Now the groove's made and I can squeeze a little tighter. But really, I don't need more of a neckline than this. See what I got going on here? If you mess up the shape of your ball while you're doing this, you can get it hot and use the block to shape it again. If not, we're gonna let it cool way down. So right now, the outside is really cool because I've been touching it with the tools and it's been hitting the air. The inside is really hot. We don't want to put it in the annealer at these uneven heats. So we're waiting for the inside to cool down, and then we're going to do what we call flash. So I like to say a flash is about 3 Mississippis into the glory hole. This tries to equalize the heat. We'll probably have you do this a couple of times. That way your paperweight is less likely to crack in the annealer. So I flashed, and I come on out. You can see the inside starting to cool down now. You're starting to be able to see the blue color in there. So I'll flash once more. And now I can sit down and use my diamond shears to chill that neckline once more. When you're using the diamond shears, it's okay to use the tips of it if you'd like, or you can use the diamond part, whatever suits your needs. But we're not cutting with the diamond shears. We're simply using the cold tool to make it the coldest part of the whole paperweight, and because it's the smallest diameter, it is where it's going to want to break. So now we can come on over to the box and we'll put it in the annealer. You guys want to see it up close? Now you can really see the bubbles. So all the little bubbles are the baking soda and the big bubbles are where I poked it. Yeah, it's all right. So these rods are heavier, but they make it easier to spin. So let's go to the other side. Yep.
Should we dip it?
Yep, go ahead and dip it. And flip to the other side of your body like so. And just watch out right behind you. Alrighty. We're in the pool, do a big circle. And come on up. Slide your left hand down. Perfect. So go ahead in the color you want. Yeah, give it a squish. And let's go heat it up and get another color. All right, let's come on out. Go ahead in another color. And go ahead over and heat it up. Do you want another color or is this good?
I'm gonna have one more.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Will this come out brown actually?
No, not as long as you're not putting them on top of each other. You got the different sides, so you'll be good. Come on out. Go ahead in that last color. I see what you're doing and I like it. All right, so we're gonna get it really hot.
A piece just fell off into it. Is that okay?
Oh yeah. We gotta do a little repairs here, but we're good. So when you sit down, I'm gonna help you by pulling this off the rod real fast.
Okay.
Don't grab any closer than my hand.
Okay.
So our paperweight.
Isn't that gonna mix all the colors when you do
No, they're all separated. You see where? So here's our blue, here's our red, there's our yellow. So now your paperweight begins right here, okay? I'll be right back. I'm gonna get just this tip hot and then you can use your tweezers to give it some pokes and stuff, okay? Alrighty. So there's your yellow, your blue. Oh no, that's your yellow, red, and blue. I don't know what you want to do.
Okay.
I think it looks cool already. Give it some pokes. Give it little twists. Yeah, get some bubbles in there. You want some baking soda? Oh, we got it right next to you. Cool. Yep, grab a little pinch. Yeah, I got that. You grab a pinch. There you go. You can scooch the rest back into the box if you'd like. And I'm going to take this to the pipe cooler before we gather again. You want to pull out the little block that's in there and get it ready for us? Nope, that's our paddle, our little wooden block. See the handle in there? You got it. There you go. Don't worry, you're still learning. So let's put that on our bench so it's ready to go when we get it out of the furnace. Beautiful. And here's your rod, and it's nice and cool. So let's go for our gather. So, yeah, do a nice big spin right here. Come on up level. Slide your left hand down. Yeah, don't grab any closer to my hand. Let's grab our block, nice and close. All right, so let's go at this angle first. I'm gonna spin. Let's dip that block in water. So our paperweight starts right here. There we go. Grab right there. What do you think? You happy with the setup? Let's go get it hot and heat out those wrinklies.
Okay.
Don't grab any closer than my hands. Yep. A little bit more. Alrighty, let's come on out. Keep spinning, keep spinning. You got it. Let's grab that block and our That paperweight starts right there once more, and we'll spin. Yeah, don't push, just roll. What do you think? I think it looks great. What do you want to do? You want to keep shaping it, or do you want to cut your neckline? Let's dip our block in water. So our paperweight starts right here.
Okay.
So I think it looks really perfect from here up.
Okay, so we
You think?
with this?
No, so we're gonna get it hot and we're gonna grab our jacks and we're gonna cut a neckline, but we gotta heat it up first, remember? And then keep spinning. Let's come on out and go sit down. Nice heat. Yep, don't worry about that. That was just a paddle. So our jacks go like this, and our hands come right here.
Right there?
Yeah, exactly. And let me know if your fingers start burning, okay?
Okay.
But this neckline looks great. Want to angle out for a second? Do you remember that? Perfect. Go ahead and put your jacks down. This is a perfect neckline.
Those? Or jacks this?
You can, there, yeah. And let's not squeeze it yet. You see how hot that is inside? Let's just hang out and let this cool. And we'll give it one flash in the heat and then we'll just cool it down. So you can see the blues right there. Here's the blue, there's the red, and then there's the yellow. You'll be able to see the colors better, but it'll pretty much look the same with the bubbles and stuff. That was a great first paperweight. All right, let's give it a 2 Mississippi flash in the heat. Don't grab any closer than me. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead, sit down, grab your diamond shears. And just chill right there. Don't squeeze, but chill. Yeah, you can just use the tips if you'd like. That's perfectly fine.
What side did it open?
Cool. Let's put our diamond shears down.
Why are they called that?
Because they look like a diamond when they're open. I'll show you in a sec. So I'm coming through right behind you. That stuff. Come on up and out. Beautiful. We're going to hang out for a second and go back in. You've got a little rod, so you're going to get a little less glass. No worries, we can make up for it. Let's go for it. Come on up and out. Perfect. Go ahead in the first color you want. Come on over and heat it up. Go ahead in another color if you want. Perfect. Come on over, heat it up. You want another color? You're all set.
I'm all set.
All right. So we're gonna sit down at the bench and I'm gonna pull all the glass off the rod and then you can mess with it, okay? Go ahead over. Don't grab up any closer than my hand. In 1 second. So see how our rod ends way up here? This is where our paperweight's going to begin. So dip these in water and go ahead and mess with it. What do you think? You want to do more to it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to squish it on just a little bit so that it's still anchored to the rod. Now I put baking soda on it. Beautiful. So I'm going to cool this rod down and we'll go ahead and gather again. Here you go. And we'll go in right after them. So we're going to dip just as deep as we did right here. Go ahead and do a big circle, come up level, slide your left hand down and come on up and out. Just spin nice and slow. Go ahead over, keep spinning, keep spinning. Beautiful. So don't grab any closer than my hand, and let's grab your block. So grab it up nice and close. Remember, we want to have some, oh, let's scoot your hand way up, way up. There we go. Maybe I'll even hold closer. So we're gonna go like this at this angle. Now we're gonna come up level. Let's dip that block in water, and you can dip your hand if it's bothering you. Yeah, and we're not gonna go over that tip quite yet because it's still way hot down here. We don't wanna push it on. What do you think? Now we can go over the tip, but don't push, we'll just roll through it. Yeah, knock it down. Moving that tip. What do you think? You like it?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get it hot and we're gonna cut our neckline.
Okay.
You can leave that block in water, and we're gonna use our jacks to cut our neckline. So let's get it hot first. Those are our diamond shears, so we're gonna use these after we get it hot. Careful, the blades are hot too. Spin nice and slow and steady. All right, let's come on out and go sit at the bench. Keep spinning, keep spinning. Don't grab any close to my hands. And grab those jacks. So put your hands straight down, come straight up. No, we had it the first time. There we go. So right here, we're not gonna squeeze tight. Open up the blades a little bit. There we go. Can you hold steady right there for a second? And can you angle out? Is your hand burning?
No.
Scoot your butt closer so you can check out what's happening. Oh, I can see my paperweight now. And go this way. Arms still not burning?
A little.
What do you think?
I like it.
Let's grab our diamond shears. And we're not gonna squeeze, we're just gonna score. Yep. All right, let's put our diamond shears down. We're gonna let this cool way down, and then we're gonna flash and use those diamond shears again. All right, let's give this a flash. Don't grab any close to my hand. So go stick this in the heat for 2 Mississippis. Go ahead, sit down. Grab your diamond shears, and we're gonna till that again. Beautiful, let's put our diamond shears down. And go ahead over to Ruby.